Hi everyone, welcome to my in-class project. And today I am going to answer the question of what is digital culture means to me. I guess when we talk about these questions, many people will think how technologies or internet has shaped our behavior and changed how we receive information, how we um, embrace with our culture. And I also want to talk about digital currency. Um, and I think this is a very essential form of digital culture because it changed and it will change our lives in a very, very important way in the future. So what is a digital currency means? I think digital currency is a form of currency that only available in digital or electronic form and not in physical form. It is also called digital money, electronic money, electronic currency, or cyber cash. And also, um, I want to talk about the electronic or currency, a digital currency that in China that will launch in a really, really soon time. And I think it's a really worth discussed topic. Um, and I think a lot of people who's not familiar with the topic will confuse and ask like, isn't that China has already launched such as electronic payments such as Ali or WeChat Pay? Yes, of course. Obviously, like China is into a cashless society that every every person in China use Ali and WeChat Pay in a very frequent times. And it seems that it has already replaced the cash, but there are still a difference between these payments with DCEP because DCEP is the only legal digital currency in China. And it is a revolutionary credit currency that could become the world's first central bank digital currency as it is issued by the State Bank People's Bank of China. And the goal and objectives of this currency are to increase the circulation of the RMB and international reach with eventual hopes that the RMB will a global currency like the US dollar. And since we know that DCEP is centralized, we also know that it uses technologies with blockchains and cryptographic. So the goal is to perfect replace the cash, the form of the RMB, into a totally digital forms, and also it can do offline, which means that you don't need to use internet to do a transaction or to pay a product in a offline mode. And I also say that DCEP can achieve a real-time collections of data related to money creation. That means that your every single transaction will be monitored, will be traced, and bookkeeping, like providing useful reference for the provision of money and the implementation of monetary policies. So that will relate to privacy issues. The reason why that we need to discuss this topic because it still has something that we need to worry about. Um, that some people say that the government will completely control over financial activities and even transactions, and monitors the flow of wealth throughout society, um, by this DECP. And some people also said that the Chinese digital currency can also used in conjunctions with a series of monetary technologies, including health code, digital IDs, face recognitions, short-range radio frequency, and GPS tracking and positioning. And in the future, it could gradually digitize personal access analyzed on an online post. This means that all types of transaction will be recorded, and more details of the transaction can be recorded, include time, place, person, amount, item, quantity, etc., etc. So this is a full civilized and no dead end. Everyone's every move is completely monitored by the government. If like the digital currency is launching in the future, that means everyone's is registered and everyone is linked with your fingerprints, with your face data, and even DNA. Otherwise, you can't trade, you can't transact with other people, you can't buy cigarettes, you can't buy water, you can't eat. So think about it. There's probably the case in the future, and maybe you have to think about, will you use this kind of form of money in the future? And that's it for my presentation.